Okay, guys, here we go. We are less than 1 minute away from event number 64 on WSOP.com. You can see we've got 345 registered players. I think that you can late reg until 3 p.m. There was a little bit of a mix-up, WSOP.com sent out an email letting us know to get ready for it, that it starts at 3 today. So no, it starts at noon today. So, guys, this is it. 15 seconds to go. I'm not really going to be spending a lot of time, really any time, looking at chat. I'm getting my notebook out. We've got, I'm going to get the hand history up in the corner. I'm going to be just really focusing on these guys and trying to spot every move. So, wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. Let's go ahead and switch over to the turn and grind, add a screen capture here. Here we go. This is going to be awesome. God, of all the events that I've played so far this summer, this is the one that I'd really like to get besides the main. 16 seconds, 15 seconds. Do we recognize any of these guys? Recognize Samurai Dad. That's one of our buddies. That is a sub, a guy named Paul out of LA, professional musician. Go ahead and give him the shark. Okay, first hand. I'll pop it up over here. Very first hand. Dokes X Machine raises 3x. Go ahead and get the info tab going. $367 so far. What's that, Michelle?
The sound's okay, Dad.
Nah, I'm sure it's okay. And very first hand, alien probe goes into the tank. He's probably just not there yet. I think we're gonna have some time to go get some coffee, you guys. And there goes his time bank. We've got Razor Ramon. Samurai Dad stuck in the middle. Wow. 423 into 1515. God, these guys are just off to a start, huh?
Do you see what they have a Twitch it up now? Did you see what it says?
No.
You could have streamed your play on Twitch for a chance to win a seat in the 2016 online Bracelet event.
Oh, we're doing that.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
So for the next year's online event?
Yeah.
Oh.
You actually have to make the final table to get the 1,000.
Really?
2,200 into 2361.
I'm gonna have to look at that.
That's weird. I wonder what Dos Ex Machine was calling with there on the flop that he can't call the river.
Where are you at in this? Let's see. Touch the bar.
Okay, so now we have Beijing House doing a little min raise. Fires at the C-bet, half pot. Gets the fold. And we're going to go ahead and write some notes on these guys. This is the kind of hand we like to play early on. Yeah, we'll go ahead and make the call here. We don't need to really, we don't need a 3-bet. We'll just go ahead and see a flop. We'll wait till it gets down to that last trailing digit. Not the flop we're looking for, you guys. We'll give these 10 counts when we check whether we're going for the check raise or not. Kind of hard to really think of a scenario where we're putting any more money into this pot. I don't really think an ace is an out for us, so I guess we're kind of looking for a 5. Maybe a 5 is an out. Kind of weird seeing Samurai Dad now firing out half pot. I'm tempted to go ahead and go for a little check raise. An 8, a 7, and a 6 is definitely in our range here. And I think that he's just deciding to try to take it down with like an ace, king, ace, queen. But he could have an overpair too. I don't think we're going to be able to get him off of an overpair. Dos Ex Machine looking at that free 50 right here. We're going to go ahead and just give it to him. Okay, so we're going to try to start standardizing a little bit better here. We'll give our pre-flop folds a 3 count. Pre-flop raises, we'll wait until the trailing digit. And then if we're in the blind, or if we called in position and we are checking on a flop, we'll go ahead and wait until the trailing digit. And if we're c-betting, again, we'll wait until the trailing digit. By that I mean we're going to wait until our time bank hits that 5 or whatever it happens to be at the time. This is the hand we like to play. We've got Samurai Dad coming in with a raise. We don't really need a 3-bet. We're just going to play this as a set mine opportunity. We'll wait until the trailing digit and give it a call. Welcome back to the table, Alien Probed. With 200 big blinds in front of us, we kind of have to be a little careful with these kind of hands, because there are some reverse implied odds with a hand like pocket fives. You have to kind of be a little careful, even when you do flop your set, because chances are, if someone's willing to go ahead and get 10,000 in the middle at 25.50, then your fives are no good. That would have been kind of a weird run out for pocket fives. MC4 chess betting 450 into 949, representing the queen. If you're Samurai Dad here, I mean, can you call with an ace high? Probably not. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and write a little note on Samurai Dad. Okay, Beijing House gives a little 3-bet. Not really enough for us to want to fold, but enough for us to start doubting the strength of our pocket fives unimproved. Queen deuce deuce. A little tricky. I mean, we're beating ace king, ace jack. We're beating a lot of his 3-bet range. He fires out a half pot size bet. I think we're just going to go ahead and give this a fold, though, you guys. I think that we played this hand for set mining potential. We did not flop our set. Not beating the overpairs, not beating a queen. Ace queen, king queen. I think that in this tournament, I think that Beijing House's 3-betting range is a little bit wider than most tournaments we play. Especially when he's got position on us, and we easily could have laid down the best hand. That's okay. I wonder if we have anybody who's actually out right now. Let's take a look at the lobby. Where's our lobby here? There we are. Looks like 2 people so far have gotten knocked out. Wow. Hayden, BR Savage. The guy must also be just about on the way. Yeah, look at that. Carlos Danger. Oh, God. Brutal for you, buddy. Carlos Danger, one of the better players on the site. 470 players in. And more coming every day, guys. Every minute. Until 3 p.m. You can get in this. If you are in Las Vegas or anywhere in Nevada, then you can play the online bracelet event. It's pretty cool. Poker history going on right now, you guys. Fairly small pot with 9s. Okay, let's get involved here. We'll wait for it to get to that trailing digit. Give it a little 3x. Does it just get through, you guys? You guys are gonna just let it get through? No. We got some resistance from the small blind. 7 deuced in the big blind. Giving it up. Pretty decent flop for us, really. Go ahead and wait until that trailing digit and fire out our C-bet. Getting a little sketchier here. It's a bit frustrating. A little bit worried about the flush draws, worried about a queen. $275 into $650. That's pretty brutal. I think you're gonna have to show us a queen, raise or Ramon. And he does show us the queen, so nice hand. I think there were enough busted flush draws where making the call is okay. So let's note the amounts. 675, 650 was the pot. He fires at 275 into 650 as the value bet. Okay, 6-5 suited. Yeah, we'll see. It's a playable hand. Big blind. Wait for that trailing digit to hit. And now it's crap. Been a fun turn. That would have been a fun turn for us to see. That's like a magical turn if we had stayed in the pot. I don't know why we would. Runner, flush draw, runner, straight draw. But that's the that's the pretty good card for both. So 7 deuced firing out 500 into 900. A little bit more than half pot here. There's our flush. We've got Dos Ex Machine hanging on, probably with a weak ace, and 7 deuced representing a big ace. Some sort of 2-pair or even a set hand. So we'll see if 7 deuced fires out another big value bet here. I don't think that Dos Ex Machine folds the way the hand's played out. Yeah, so he fires out 1250, more than half pot. Dos Ex Machine sitting here looking at probably a weak ace and deciding no thank you. It kind of surprises me really that Dos Ex Machine would make the fold. Jack 8 suited. Yeah, it's good enough. Go ahead and wait till it gets to that trailing digit and we'll just make a little play at the big blind here. Gets through, we'll pick it up with what figures to be the best hand pre-flop. I'll wait till it gets to that trailing digit. give it a raise, and kind of a powerhouse hand. Ace 8-4, that's a pretty good flop for us. We're not going to go ahead and check back. We're going to go ahead and fire out a c-bet. Wait till it gets to that trailing digit. Bet not the same amount. He calls. The turn is a 10. So kind of put him up, probably on a flush draw or a weaker ace. Fire out another half pot size bet here. Kind of thinking he has either 9 outs or 3 outs. The 5 of spades hits his 9 outer if that's what he had. Do we try to get a little more value out of this? I think we do. Okay, good. What did he call with? Ace Jack offsuit. So kind of took him to Value Town there. And now we've got a pretty nice looking starting hand now. Go ahead and fire out 150 again. Wait for it to get down to that trailing digit. If we get 3-bet, we're going to go and 4-bet it. Pretty good flop for pocket kings. We'll go ahead and fire out a c-bet. We're not really going to not c-bet if we have that pre-flop aggression. So firing out the same amount, 150. Okay, so we get raised, and what does that mean for us? Well, we're going to go ahead and make the call here, and we're gonna make him show us a hand. I'm tempted to give it a little raise right now. I think we are. We're going to go ahead and fire out a half pot raise. The diamond should scare him as well as us. And even if we were way behind, we've got outs to that diamond draw. And I don't think we were way behind. I think that he was probably betting an ace, and he had outs against us. He had on the flop, he was probably looking at a 7-outer. So we were only about 75% to win that hand. Maybe better if he didn't have the ace of diamonds, and it turns out he didn't have the ace of diamonds, or he would have made the call when we made that little half pot size raise there. So what did he have? I don't know. But I don't really feel like just calling there. I feel like our hand is strong enough, especially with the king of diamonds, that we can go ahead and inflate the pot a little bit more. And I'm kind of surprised that he would fold for as little as we made it. And we're fine with that. because I'm most likely he had some outs there, even though we were probably a pretty big favorite to win the hand. Yeah, it's a nice little pot for us. And with that, now we are above starting stack, which is a nice place to be. And the blinds are up. Yeah, let's fire out a old 3x here. Wow, getting 3-bet by Beijing House. Second time Beijing House has 3-bet us. So I think that we're probably going to go ahead and just make the fold here, but gonna have to make a little note on Beijing House that his 3-bet standards are a little bit wider than we're used to. So we're gonna probably do some we're probably gonna see some fireworks. We're probably gonna see some 4-betting. What you're also going to notice is that we're 26 minutes into this event, and blinds are at 50, 100. It's kind of interesting. You know, this is a $1,000 buy-in event. It's a bracelet event, and yet the structure is a little bit faster than even like the $10 rebuys. You know, it's we can look at the structure here in the lobby section. Let me go ahead and bring it up. I don't think you guys can see that. Let me go ahead and add this really quick. We'll go ahead and start looking at this structure that we're playing. One thing you'll notice is that we get to the ante level pretty quickly. I mean, we're gonna be an hour and 20 minutes into the tournament and playing 150, 300. There is no 100, 200 to 100, 200 with antes. So it goes from 100 to 200 to 150, 300. The antes are always going to be well, they start at a 6-to-1 ratio of small blind to ante, but eventually, so then it goes 4-to-1. Eventually, it kind of stays on this 5-to-1 ratio: 250 to 50, 300 to 60, 400 to 80, 500 to 100, 600 to 125. So we're kind of looking at this point at level 7. We're looking at a 5-to-1 ante ratio, which should actually promote a little bit tighter play from people. The VPIP should just be a little bit lower because of that ante ratio. And you know, unlike some of these other online tournaments and we like it when this happens, we don't really see the ratio differences. It's always just going to stay at a 5-to-1 ratio after level 7. So what this means to us is there's not really going to be any changing gears based on that ratio. We're going to only be changing gears based on the the psychological inflection points of like the money bubble, the final table bubble, and those little payout jumps. So it's kind of also interesting because the structure is actually faster than what we're used to with the lower buy-in, the lower buy-in numbers. And I don't know. I think I would like to, for an online bracelet event, I would like to see the structure go up just a little bit slower, and I'd like to see the levels themselves be a little bit longer. Yeah, this is good enough. We're going to go ahead and fire out a 3x here and see if we can just get through again. We've got what figures to be the best hand against Alien Probed. We'll deuce 5 offsuit. Do we play it? Probably not. I don't think we're going to play this. Oh. That's kind of interesting, though. seeing Raymond Razor Ramon. Razor Ramen? I don't know how he says his name. We're gonna say Razor Ramon. Making it 225 now. We'll see if he makes a little pre-flop difference. I kind of feel like Razor Ramon is just going by kind of the seat of his pants when he's coming up with the his pre-flop opening amounts and his post-flop c-bets. So here he makes it 265 and a 600, which means he is going to that pad pretty quickly too. Made it pretty quick. We got 7 deuce, giving it a little tank, and anytime you are watching a hand like this, what you're really rooting for is a showdown. You really want to see as much information as possible from the players. Wow, so that's pretty interesting. So Razor Ramon making it 275, right? Into 600. 7 deuce goes ahead and clicks on what I assume to be that half pot button and raises it back, and now Razor Ramon just comes right over the top of him with 1490. 7 deuce makes the call, and this is going to get bloody for somebody. $24.44, so now he's making it about a little over 2/3. He does, in fact, get raised. So now 7 deuce is saying, look, I've got the set. I've got a set of 5s. I've got a set of 4s. We'll see if Razor Ramon believes him with an overpair. Starts going into the tank. Queens is shrinking up right now, Razor Ramon. And he folds. Nice hand, 7 deuced. It's kind of interesting. Seeing a min raise by Alien Probed. Now we've got Beijing House making a rather large 3-bet. Beijing House just 3-betting so much. 10-7 suited. It's going to be a fold for us. We're going to be able to get a chance to look at some hand histories here. Seven deuce making it a 3x. Really tempting. We're not going to do it yet. We're not going to start attacking those limps. Not yet, guys. So we are noticing some amount correlations. Bet sizing correlations on a couple of these opponents. Nice hand, Samurai Dad. Pretty big pot. So far, out of how many hands have we seen? 28 hands. We've only seen about 5 that have actually reached the showdown, which give us any indication of what our opponents are doing. Wow, 1,500, 3/4. This leads into it. Spew Artist makes the call. Wow. This is going to get bloody. I mean, no matter what happened, that Ace of Diamonds is just kind of a perfect card to bluff at it, to hit a hand. I mean, if we could see Spew Artist getting eliminated here, or doubling through. 7 Deuce typing in. Hola, Spew. And Spew Artist firing out 1,900 into 5,100. Basically just taking 7 Deuce to Value Town. And 7 Deuce looking at an Ace 883. If he was setting Spew Artist up for a big check raise, this is when he'd probably, this is when he'd do it. If he had like a set of 3s, that's a pretty good turn for 7 Deuced. On the other hand, kind of chills his action in the in those cases where Spew Artist had a pocket pair instead of a flush draw. And 7 Deuce decides to just check. We're kind of putting 7 Deuce on an 8 here, so we'll see what Spew Artist does. I don't really think that Spew Artist can push 7 Deuce off of just a naked 8. Kind of thinking that 7 Deuce probably has an 8, maybe with a diamond. I don't know. Or they could just both have air. Poker's funny like that. What does Spew Artist do here? He's thinking, can I win this pot with my pocket 9s? I gotta try. And I don't really see 7... The way that this hand played out, I just don't really see 7 Deuce making the fold here. He does. What do I know? And we're always rooting against those kind of hands, because we want information. We want to see as much as we can. We'll go ahead and give it an under the gun raise here. Beijing House. That wide 3-betting range gives the fold. We get the call from Razor Ramon. Everyone else folds. And we fire out a half pot size bet. We'll wait till it gets down to that trailing digit. And we hope that Razor Ramon doesn't have anything to call with. He does call really quick. I think we're going to go ahead and fire out another half pot size bet here. And I think we're just done with the hand, you guys. Yeah, we can represent Ace King. Well, walked into that. So now the only thing that we can beat is 8-9. We'll think about it at least. We wouldn't really think that he would make the call as quick as he did with a 10. It feels fishy, you guys. It feels like he's got the 8-9 and he's just like, screw it. Really feels fishy to me there.